How did you use media technologies in the construction, research, planning, and evaluation stages? Research. The internet is an endless source of information which helped in the research process when it came to my A2 music video that was part of the course, and also to create a digipack and advertisement to match. The internet was invaluable in researching similar bands and artists to mine. My media blog, powered by WordPress, was an enormous aid in creating a live effective portfolio into the A2 part of the media course. It enabled me to create a visualization of my ideas and get prompt feedback, advertising me in other research areas to look at. Research is so important for the second year as you have to be able to actively identify the generic rules for each genre. So research was vital in creating a successful music video with an effective digipack and advertisement poster. I used video sharing sites, YouTube and internet search engine Google to listen to my artist for free. I use these sites and engines to help choose the song I wish to create a video for, which in the end I decided on the track entitled Emily's Rose. Even though I knew the song I had decided to create a moving image product for, I needed to know more about the genre of the song and the culture behind it. By using Google, I was able to expand my research, whether it was a magazine or video related. I was able to get hundreds of pages of information from my subculture, said by Dick Hebdige, that of being indie. Once I had chosen the song and researched the indie stereotypes, I started to research similar artists. By using Blogger, I was able to use the video, scanned images, music videos for free in an online style document. This is not possible in any other format. This allowed me to create an adapted visualization in my posts of different artists and in my research bring both together the indie singer-songwriter influence. Post-production, I wanted to see if my music video had an audience appeal. I used social networking sites such as Facebook and microblogging sites like Twitter. I also published my rough copy of my video on YouTube to gain initial feedback from my audiences, but allowed me to predict if the video would be a success with being able to view the amount of views the video had. Sharing my post video on Facebook allowed over 1,000 people to see it who were on my friends list, something which prior to the age of the internet could not have been achieved. This is an example of technological conversion said by PJ Fury 2004. Thankfully, I got fantastic feedback when I shared it over the internet with my target audience liking it.
Primary research was used when analysing other professional music videos we wanted to pastiche, such as Nina Nesbitt's Stay Out music video, as this showed a stereotypical indie-style female performing through the streets of Edinburgh. It would be very similar to our music video, apart from we be performing through the streets of Sheffield. Researching was therefore evidently important within contributions to my product, as I was able to research the codes and conventions of existing products and pastiche them into my own, thus making my product appear more professional. Pete Fraser, 2002. Furthermore, the fact that I have used numerous technologies when researching and displaying my research shows how new and advanced technologies have allowed me to be able to be creative. Planning is another factor in the success of a good production in terms of both digipack and poster, and advert in the music video. Fortunately, being a digital native in the age of technology we live in, we have the ability to capture ideas immediately and review them straight away. This benefit meant that I knew whether I needed to reshoot a scene or anything like that. Television and video technology is now such a big part of the internet, people from anywhere are able to access the materials they need, and for free most of the time. As I was studying indie, a genre that generates huge exposure with the mainstream media paying much attention to it, I was able to use numerous materials to help identify the generic rules and concepts within the indie genre. From watching successful professional indie tracks from female artists such as Nina Nesbitt's Stay Out video, I was able to pick up concepts straight away. From this, I was able to craft an idea on how to challenge and develop the genre by focusing on lyrics and narrative. It also saved me the work of having to look up indie artists because YouTube and Spotify's browse tool did it for me. Clark et al. Spoke of regular audience feedback, which our group were able to do by planning a questionnaire on the web app SurveyMonkey. For the peers of our class, we were asking questions such as, do you think our shot types were suitable for scenes? We also asked the actual music artist Emily what she thought of it. After watching it through the first time, she thought we needed to take out the interview at the start, as she said it may confuse audience into what they're actually watching. Is it a music video? Is it an interview? They wouldn't really know. Throughout the entire process of our production, we used pages to write out all of our call sheets, to plan out locations, props, equipment, and so on, that we needed for the shoot on the day. This allowed us to be more organised, and when it came to shooting and taking photos, Pete Fraser, 2002. Construction in the second year of media studies is a major part of doing well. This is because you have to complete a music video and create an advert and digipack from scratch. This means using a variety of media technologies such as Photoshop CS6 or CS5, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Sound Booth. And when developing the music video, I was using my own Canon 550D, which is a live screen, so I was able to view the footage in real time whilst recording it, allowing for perfect shots and focus, which is what I wanted to achieve. I was able to create push and pull focuses with the use of manual focus on the camera, allowing me to control the focus of the lens and the object being filmed. Software was initially a big barrier for me, as college computers used Adobe Premiere Pro, which I wasn't familiar with. So I decided to use my own MacBook to edit our group video on, as it had a software called Final Cut Pro. To edit my music video, I chose to edit on Final Cut Pro 10, which is the editing program designed by Apple to edit videos. The browser in Final Cut Pro was brilliant, as it allowed me to scroll through hours of large files of footage in a matter of minutes. It also possesses two screens which allow you to see the video in RAW and then in finished. This feature was important for me because my video is continuously lip syncing, meaning this technology allowed me to sync the diegetic and non-diegetic sounds with the lyrics on the track Emily's Rose. Creating a 4-minute music video which captures audience attention is challenging, and for me, utilising the benefits of a professional editing program was essential in obtaining a professional finish. Final Cut Pro offers a section of effects where you can manipulate the video. I decided to import the Prism effect from the effects library, which gave me a vintage colour theme to my video. I did this by pastiching Nina Nesbitt's colour effects that she had in her video, Stay Out. Throughout the video, I used a cross-dissolve transition effect to connote messages from the performance side of them to the narrative side of the video. Throughout the making of that video, we filmed on the Canon 550D, which allowed us to record in 1080p quality footage, making it more professional looking. However, because we only had one of these cameras, it did make it at times more difficult to film a scene where we wanted to have different shots or camera angles. Therefore, we had to pause the filming, change the location, and back again. This wasn't best practice, but it did take longer. However, we stuck with it, and it worked. When constructing our digipacks and posters, the manipulation of images are more important to the success of the production. Due to the need of editing techniques such as resizing, cropping, shaping, and correcting the images, we had a variety of images to decide from, so choice and variation wasn't a problem. We all edited our images using Photoshop CS6 or CS5 to create our digipacks and advertisement posters. To create our posters, we created an A4 blank canvas in Photoshop. We chose to use a blank canvas sized A4, as this would allow us to print them off in colour quickly and place them around the city centre and where our target audience in Sheffield would be found. We chose to use an image that we had taken of our artist Emily out on shoot on the same location where we filmed the video for the performance part of the video. We did not all choose to use the same pictures, as we wanted variation in our different posts and digipacks, but we did all choose pictures from the shoot we did on set. Because the reason for this is it created synergy, and our audience would be able to cross-reference both locations on both music video and printed texts. As you can see, as I'm showing you examples of our group's different ancillary task work, where we went for a rather vintage-looking theme with lots of oranges and reds across our products. The reason for this is because the orange haze look is very commonly found in vintage pictures, and with the rise of such social networking sites like Instagram, which would be a product used by our main target audience quite often, is starting to make the vintage look very fashionable, quite commonly seen, and very, very relatable for that audience. We all also went quite dainty patterning and text at some point on our products. This helps keep the more feminine side of the product prominent and build a strong positive house style. Finally, we've all included the rose theme as part of our work because it anchors well with the album title and the tour name, which is, of course, Emily's Rose. Here you can see on screen how we used a variety of shots from the same scene in the same location. This allows us to create a dynamic view that is much more appealing and aesthetically pleasing to watch from an audience perspective. Also on screen you can see now a screenshot from our music video, which shows one of the effects that we used. Here I use the crop tool to allow me to place two different videos on at the same screen. This is also known as a split screen. To the left I have used a black and white filter to overlay on performance clip, and the acoustic guitar fitting in with my subcultural capital Sarah Thornton 2003, and to the right I've placed a performance footage of a close-up of the actress's eyes to create empathy as you can clearly see the emotion in the shot. Now you'll be able to see a print screen from the editing stage of one of our ancillary tasks from our group. They constructed and edited the media text in Adobe Photoshop CS6. One of the many reasons we use this software is it's great for image manipulation, but also you can see the blue grid lines on screen. These work well and help you to be able to create a nice symmetric view, and it allows everything to be in line with one another. And it's visually appealing, but more important, it gives it a very good professional look.